It is the Flow Friday Sports Show on Flow FM. We're going into the Riverina. It's time to digest the first round of Hume Netball. And joining me on the line to help us do that is Aimee Riley. Great to be back with you, Aimee. How are you?
I'm very well, thank you, Alice. How are you?
We're going quite well, and one of my favourite leagues, as I've mentioned to you, a blockbuster start to round one, some high-scoring games and some seesawing affairs, so plenty to chat about. We'll start with Osborne, the reigning premiers. They got the job done in round one, 56-49 over how long? How long will be up there again? I guess that's the story to take out of this one. But Osborne, no jitters for them in round one, Aimee.
Yeah, certainly. It was a great game between two quality sides, and it was actually our round of the match. So I'm really glad that it was videoed because it really showed what an incredible contest this year is going to be. It honestly could have gone either way, and both coaches have said that. Bridie Willis and Georgia O'Connell really showed their experience for Osborne and steadied the ship late towards the game. So it was honestly fantastic to see a grand final rematch in the start of the season, and good to see Osborne get on top, and I'm sure Howland will be hungry to catch that up later on in the season.
So it's the very first chapter of a Sally Hunterless Osborne. Do you feel as though it's just going to be business as usual?
I certainly think so. Osborne have shown time and time again how much depth they have at their club and how much importance they place on developing their juniors, and that shows with the consistency that they have throughout their grades and their ability to move girls through the grades. And you see the likes of Grace Kennedy, who's played at the club for a long time and is playing A grade this year, stepping into those roles to fill spots as people move on. So I have no doubt that Osborne have plenty of firepower.
All right, let's move on to the blue, red and white of Jindera, getting it done over Holbrook, 42-31 at home. A positive start for Jindera as well here, Aimee.
Yeah, great game between Jindera, who, as we know, are sporting a new look, and an absolutely firing Holbrook. Both teams battled it out for the full 60 minutes. It was a great game. And Ellen Cook and Tegan Vogel were consistent and pivotal across the court for Jindera, and Holbrook certainly had a really strong affair. Maddie Black was excellent in their goal end for them. So ultimately it came out Jindera's way, but again, these two teams meet later on in the season, so it'll be interesting to see what happens then.
Now, if memory serves correct, I could be wrong here, Aimee, but I'm pretty certain that last year the Henty girls were really the whipping girls of the competition. So a very interesting result for them in round one. A very comfortable win, getting it done over the Murray Magpies, 63-27, the final result. Is it a very different outlook for Henty this year?
Absolutely. So Henty, 63 goals, magnificent effort by them. Henty have actually notched their first win in A grade since 2021, so certainly a memorable start to the season for them. Alongside that, they had 6 debuts into A grade, and 3 of those were juniors, so it's looking very bright out in Swampy Land. They, I've been reliably told, got an early jump on the Magpies, and Maggies fought really hard, but just unfortunately weren't able to pull them back.
Well, we can't park that there. We've got to ask you, what's been the change in fortunes? I mean, it seems as though clubs can go through long rebuilds and finally get to where they sort of want to be, but over one off season, this is pretty extraordinary.
Certainly, and bringing Brigida Thingy out from the O&M as someone new to the club, but who is certainly a formidable A-grade player, would definitely be helping. They've still got Rach Turley down in defence with her, and they've got Katie Klemke in goals. But speaking back to the fact that they had 3 juniors debut, they've got all these wonderful players coming through. So being able to give them an opportunity to build and create that succession plan in their seniors, and belief goes a long way. They've had a great pre-season. They've had really strong numbers. They've started strong now, and I can't wait to see them carry it through the rest of the season.
Lockhart 46 beating the Billabong Crows 28. No murder of crows flying about in this one at all. Aimee, Lockhart, a very positive result for them to start things off this year.
Absolutely. BB Crows have been consistently strong across a number of years, and Lockhart didn't lose anyone last year and have only built on their squad. So great to see a good battle from two teams that we do expect to see play finals. Ruby Hyde and Carly Pearce were really strong through the middle in a good win for Lockhart, and I certainly know that Billabong Crows, having Ricky Robb in there and having the power that they've got across the court, they will still be someone to watch.
The Brocklesby Burrumbuttock Saints, way too good for CDHBU. 52-22, and thumping result for the Saints to get them off the ground.
Absolutely, yes. We've talked about before that CDHBU, brand new side, BB Saints, nearly a brand new side as well. So to have BB Saints come out on top in that sort of fashion to start their year and celebrate their coach Beck Livermore's 300 games is a fantastic effort for them, and they'll be really keen and really happy with that result. And I look forward to watching them again continue that work into this week.
Finally, the Giants also way too good for Culcairn. 56-17. That completed the round. Not a single side able to win away from home is the story to take away, I suppose, Aimee.
Absolutely, yes, which is something that, speaks to sometimes how important the home ground advantage can be as well. But Giants are formidable is the word that was used to describe them by Culcairn after the weekend. And full credit to Culcairn. They've done a huge amount of work in the off-season as well to recruit players. Giants showed why they've been the talk of the town in the pre-season hype. They certainly put together an excellent 4 quarters. It was a whole team effort from both, but Culcairn showed a bit of versatility with Talia stepping into the goals, and Zara and Ruth held the midcourt really strong. So I think a lot of positives to take away from it from Culcairn as a new side, but Giants will be potentially the dark horse.
Well, the interesting thing to take into account going into round 2 is that in every single game, one side will be looking to bounce back against the side that won the previous round. So that'll be interesting. Why don't we go firstly to Billabong, their game, the Billabong Crows. They'll be hosting Henty. It'll be interesting to see whether we're going to get the same Henty or whether we get an improved Billabong Crows.
Yeah, absolutely. The Crows will be really keen to make a comeback, and as we just talked about, momentum can go a long way. So Henty now have that, and they'll look to continue to build that momentum. I think Crows will be extremely hungry, and given it is their home ground, I have picked Crows, but I think that'll be a really tight battle between two teams that have a lot to look forward to this season.
There we have it. Holbrook entertain the Brocklesby Burrumbuttock Saints. Do you reckon Holbrook might be able to get their season up and running given they'll be at home this time?
Yeah, look, after watching Holbrook last week, they are well drilled. They are very fit. It's no secret that they've been doing pre-season since late in 2023. Saints will be looking to improve on their good start as well, but I think Holbrook have got some serious firepower this year, and I think they'll get over the top of Saints.
Osborne, they'll travel to CDHBU. It's going to be a tough one for the home side here, Aimee.
Yeah, CD will be looking to get their first win as they continue to settle in as a new side. Osborne have undoubtedly started really strong, and they'll want to continue building on their court structure and their combinations, and I do think Osborne will win that one.
How long in Jindera is going to be game of the round? Surely no one will disagree with that, Aimee.
No, definitely not. How long will be hungry after their grand final rematch? And I don't think it would have gone the way that they went, but certainly would have been lots of positives and lots of knowledge taken out of that. Jindera, as we know, had a win, and they'll be keen to continue their strong start with the new team as well. I'm going all out here. I'm calling it a draw because I don't know who it's going to be.
Oh, wow. There we go. We don't get too many of them. Now, Lockhart, they've got a great opportunity to really lock some momentum in. Travelling to Culcairn, on the face of it, given the round 1 results, this looks like it might be a pretty winnable contest for the away side.
Yeah, absolutely. Culcairn, again, similar to a lot of others, will be seeking their first win. It was a tough opening round for them, but I think they can take out of it that they've got really good combinations and flexibility that they can use. Lockhart have had a great team game to start with, and they'll be looking forward to putting 4 strong quarters together. And I do think that even though it's Culcairn's home ground advantage, Lockhart will prevail.
Now, the Murray Magpies, they'll be at home to the Giants, this one being played in Urana. Home side will need to get a win, or else finals will start to look a little bit bleak as a prospect goes, given they would be 0-2 going into 2024, Aimee.
Yes, certainly. So Murray Magpies, as we've talked about, they have a young team. They'll be keen to come back and get a win, and I'm sure they took lots of learnings out of last week. It is really tough starting with a new team as they have and as CDHBU have as well. Giants have certainly shown that they are a potential dark horse and they've got power across the court. I think both teams will take a lot out of the start of the season and the pre-season that they've been building. I think Giants will come out on top.
Aimee Riley, our new Hume Netball correspondent, really do appreciate your time and your insights, and we look forward to chatting again next week. Enjoy the weekend of action and all the best to you.
Look forward to it, Ellis.